Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that stud. Oh my god, who is that?
Hey YouTube, what is up? I'm currently on my way to a hot tip. Wait for that bus to pass. I was told by a tip I got that there is someone opening and receiving 1,000 cases of the 2019 Megatin. So I really had to see this for myself. I'm on my way there now. If you don't know how much 1,000 cases is, there's 12 Megatins per case. So 1,000 cases is approximately like $240,000 retail, which is kind of insane to think about. But I'm gonna go see it, and seeing is believing, so we'll see if they were telling the truth. I've just been told that the order is so large, by the way, that it's not all coming at once, because it would be like 16 pallets or 17 pallets, which is pretty much like a 6x6 cube. So 16 to 17 of those would be impossible. You'd have to have like a commercial freight truck come. So instead, it's gonna be coming in waves, about 2 or 3 waves for all of it. I don't know if I'll be able to stay for all the waves coming in, but I'm gonna try and stay until we at least hit the 800 to 900 tin mark, just so I could say that I wasn't lying to you guys in this video. Thankfully, there's some shade now. Another thing is they're not actually going to be opening the actual Megatins today. They're basically just going to be getting rid of a lot of the bulk packaging that comes with it. So they're going to be taking the promo packs that contain the mega packs and the promo cards and separating those, and they're going to be throwing away basically all the tin boxes and the cardboard boxes they come in. If you don't know, the tins aren't as big this year. They're actually significantly smaller, but they have still a decent amount of packaging on them. And if you're operating with the volume of 1,000 cases, I guess that could be a lot of garbage. So I'm not gonna really show any packs being opened, but I just wanna really try and show you guys the volume that some of these big vendors really operate at. And when people say like Yu-Gi-Oh's dying, seeing something like this really makes you think differently, because I mean, I don't know anybody investing $240,000 to a dying children's card game. So we'll go see how many tins there really are.
And apparently I chose a pretty good time to arrive, because all the Megatins had just gotten there. They hadn't opened up a single case yet. By the time that I arrived, the first shipment was apparently 500 cases of Megatins. It was truly ridiculous to see. As you can see, I'm kind of in shock in this video. They also allowed me the honor of opening up the first case of tins, and it is tiring work. I did have to throw my hands into the ring on that one and help out a little bit, and as you can see, it's very tiring. And just to point something out to you guys, this was half of the first shipment. All the tins you see was half the first shipment. This is a quarter of all the tins that were there. It's insane, man.
Oh hey, I didn't see you there.
It's so many tins.
It's actually pretty comfortable. It's not that bad.
Alright, that's enough.
Imagine the sport you could Fortnite.
Oh my god.
It was also at this time that basically half the people there had to take a break and switch out for the other half, and we decided why not have some fun with these tins, especially since the boxes are empty and we wouldn't be damaging anything by doing what we're about to do.
I got a paper cut on my elbow.
Oh my god.
I'm going down.
So, as the guys that have the most experience with the Megatins so far, what's your thoughts on the Megatins besides they're heavy and they're hard to move?
They're smaller than last year's.
Are you grateful for that?
Yeah.
Would you guys be sitting a whole lot higher if they were a bit bigger?
I think it would be closer, actually.
Yeah, it would be farther forward. Oh, Bumblebee!
Sorry about that. A bumblebee had flown directly into my ear at that moment, and the people I was interviewing now knew about my secret fear of bees in my ear. But now that they knew, I figured I should press on with my hard-hitting interview.
Next, how many tins are you guys sitting on?
At least 6. At least 6. All of this is around 250.
So this is a quarter of all the tins that's actually ordered.
Yes.
That's
We ordered
insane.
1K. I could do the calculation.
Well, I mean, I can do the math too. 1,000 times 12 is 12,000.
What y'all
But
talking about?
How many tins are we selling right now?
How many tins?
Yeah, 250 times 12. Do the math.
we'll just do 250 times 10 and then plus 500.
Couple. So,
The interview had gone south. They thought I was trying to trick them by being a big brainy boy and knowing my maths. So I quickly pivoted and decided to pretend that I didn't know maths and continued with the interview.
I dropped blood.
You drew blood for this?
Yes.
You bled for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Blood, sweat,
And tears.
and one tear came out of my eye.
Yeah.
Just one, like singular
Cut
tear.
yourself on the knife, not the product.
Yeah, no. I cut myself out opening the product. Okay.
Yo,
Okay, wait, Brody, show us your wartime injury.
Oh, I got shredded up.
Yo, get come look at this. Ooh, that shit is
yikes.
long.
There were two things that I thought in that moment. The first being, wow, that was a gnarly cut. And the second being, why does a 17-year-old boy have more leg hair than me?
Dude, Kaiba threw a card at your ankle. You can't take my cards.
Yo, you remember?
It appears that my Kaiba joke had gone over well and made them forget about my fear of bees in my ear. Also, for some reason, when I pretended to talk like Kaiba, the way my camera picked it up was completely different. So if you hear a phantasmal Kaiba in the background, that's me doing a Kaiba impression, and for some reason my mic decided to freak the hell out with it.
So really though, what do you guys think about the tins this year? Are you gonna buy them for yourselves personally?
Well, look,
or-
honestly, I'm gonna buy it just because it looks absolutely amazing. Like the level of detail, even on the eye, it's actually amazing. I just want the tin.
the tin is really beautiful.
I was planning on letting it go for as long as it possibly could, but Ford was talking about how he wanted to get the Megatins just to have the tin itself, completely unaware of the fact that he was sitting on well over a couple thousand of them.
I'm gonna buy like
You could just take the
3.
tin right now.
I can just take the tin, right?
Wow, Raymond, way to ruin the joke.
Alright, screw it. I'm not buying the product anymore. I'm just stealing the tin. Do you really think that they're gonna change up the game? Like those 3 promos gonna change up the game that much?
I think it's gonna lower the barrier to entry. I think it's gonna make it a lot easier for people to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh that haven't been in it for a while.
Yeah.
And I think this is just my speculation. I think they're gonna bring back like the original Yu-Gi-Oh cast for Yu-Gi-Oh 7.
Oh,
for
they
the
announced that on
anime.
the anime, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wait,
2020.
why,
Yeah.
why do you think so though?
Because Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020. And they had Dan Green and Eric Stewart do
At
the,
Worlds.
At Worlds do the Yu-Gi Kaiba.
And that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense unless
They're promoting something.
yeah, well they're the voices of Yugi and Kaiba but only in America. Like Japan have their own voice actors.
Yeah.
So it's like why would Dan Green and what was it?
Eric Stewart.
Eric Stewart. Why would they be there? His name's not even Dan Green, by the way. I met him at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions premiere.
If you were paying attention there, you might have noticed a little Easter egg where I name dropped the fact that I went to the Dark Side of Dimensions premiere because I auditioned to be in the movie and failed, but they were gracious enough to invite me. So, yeah.
I looked him up. I don't know, but it's not Dan Green. That's like a stage name.
Oh.
It's really, really weird.
What mechanic will they bring new to the table if they're having the old cast come back though? That's
Even more fusion.
I have no problem with that. Forget
You
a
get
fluff
fused from
over
your
it.
opponent's hand. Super duper poly. But yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains did so bad, they actually had to end it early. Like, we weren't supposed to get the next series until I think 2021. Because if you do the math,
It's always every like 4 years, 4 or
yeah,
5.
this is going to be like the 3-year time span.
I don't know. I feel like, well, granted,
the
this
first
is,
season of Reigns right now, right?
Yeah, so they're going to end that, and then it's going to go into Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 or Yu-Gi-Oh! 2020, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, no, real talk though. Like, if they bring back Yugi and Kaiba, it just needs to make sense. They need to follow the rules, bro. No more than infinite attack. That makes no sense.
What the fuck you talking about? This game sucks.
Konami, if you're listening, that wasn't me, I promise. Please, let me go to Worlds as part of your Yu-Gi-Tuber crew. I love your product, as is clear by the 1,000 cases in front of me.
Sorry, buddy.
Apparently, my presence made Brody slightly uncomfortable. He was muttering something about not sitting next to older men with less leg hair, but I brushed it off and I continued.
I just don't want to get down.
Okay. You can sit
just
on there
wants
if
to
you
sit
want.
down.
How would they do that? You know, because
Well, if you watch Dark Side of Dimensions,
yeah.
Dark Side of Dimensions leads into Vrains. Like, Kaiba starts making VR Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's gonna be a bridge where like Yugi's making his own game, but then maybe he has to play Duel Monsters like to benefit him and like build an empire or something like that. Cause like
Build an empire.
yeah, he said he's gonna make his own game, right? So what if the new summoning mechanic is Yugi's own invention?
And just when I was about to run out of Yu-Gi-Oh fan theories, the rest of the Megatins decided to arrive.
Alright, so this is part 2, shipment-wise. There's still part 3.
Really?
I think this is still only 2/3 of it. There's even more cases behind me, as you can see, and it goes quite a ways back, and it's quite deep.
All the ones in the back are mine, though. Every
And then
single
there's
one of them.
all the ones along the back wall.
Mine.
I've moved so many Megatins that my hands are actually blue. What's your thoughts on McDonald's and Megatins?
#1 vendor in Queens, New York, right here.
With time not on my side, I wasn't able to see the last few cases be opened, but I decided to take one last stage dive into the ever-growing pile of empty tin boxes in the back of the yard. This time, I didn't get a paper cut, I didn't get any boo-boos. I was quite the pro, actually.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that stud. Oh my god, who is that?
In case you were wondering what is up with the commentary of the guy I gave my camera to, I have no idea.
Yeah, here, pass me the camera. I want to get a view from up here.
Alright, go ahead. Here, sure.
Thank you.
This is a lot of Megatins. Oh shit. I gotta jump down.
And upon jumping off the Megatins, I had hurt both my knees, realizing I ended my career in professional basketball, so I decided to leave and head home.
Another thing I didn't really consider was the sheer number of people that it actually takes to get this done. As you can see, I'm sweating a little bit now. I was really dying before. It took, I think it was like 15 to 20 people operating full speed for about 10 hours just to get the cards out of the damn packaging. It really was a lot of effort, and I don't know, man, I was really sweating too. It's not even easy work. I'm in pretty good shape, and like I still had to change my shirt because I had sweat through it. It really does take a village, I guess is the best way to put it. All right, well, I think that's it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. It really was an insane amount of Megatins. It lived up to the hype for me. Let me know in the comments section down below if it lived up to the hype for you. And with that being said, thanks again, guys. Don't forget to click subscribe because it's free, it's fun. I'll see you guys in the next one.